Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan, and welcome to this week's State of the Game. Apparently, this is the 100th week of the State of the Game for the Division, and I figured with the 1.8.2 update very soon coming upon us, and E3 right around the corner, I thought it would be a good idea, just in case you guys are not so focused on the Division right now, to see what is coming up and what changes are inbound for us very soon. So this week, a lot of things have changed with the State of the Game. They've got a new studio that they're in, and well, it's the same studio, but they've got better equipment. Basically, they improved the lighting. They got better cameras. So I think they're doing a pretty good job of upping their game, getting ready for the Division 2 and for the Division 2's State of the Game stuff. And they also talked a lot about some other things that they've got coming on the inbound with streams and computers and stuff. So congratulations to them. It's good to see that they're investing more into the systems and being able to get information out to Division fans. So I guess now it'll just be about seeing what's coming up with the Division 2. And like I said, right around the corner, E3 is coming up very soon. So be tuned to the channel. Make sure you check out what's going on with the Division and the Division 2. And hopefully with this E3, I can try to get a little bit of help from some homies and see if we can round up a whole bunch of information and try to get that stuff out to you guys and then be able to talk about it. I want to kind of focus the channel a little bit more about talking about what's coming up and then getting you guys' opinions and just having discussion. That's always the most fun part of making videos for me. So hopefully we can get back into doing more of that and not only just live streaming. And by the way, if you haven't seen any of my live streams, definitely come and swing by. I stream on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube, so you can watch it on any platform that you like. But why don't we just get started on what's going on with episode 100 of the State of the Game for these guys, episode 100 for them. But why don't we get started, and then you guys can get a recap of all of the new stuff that are coming in 1.8.2 and some other news about some very important stuff. So let's get started.
Could you please recap State of the Game, because we've got to hit off and
okay. Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, so update 1.8.2 coming next Thursday, June 14th. More information about shields, a new feature coming during E3. New legendary missions are Madison Field Hospital and General Assembly. We'll be giving out a reactivation cache to everyone, but it's targeted for new and returning players to get you up to World Tier 5. Wow, the camera's on me now. Encrypted Cache 4 is coming with the update as well. The current store items will be taken out and replaced by a rotation of items from Mark 1 to Mark 3. But the caches are not going anywhere, so they will still be available with cipher keys and everything. We're not touching those. Predator's Mark now ignores the status effect immunity of NPCs, not players. Path of Nomad. 6-piece bonus, 50% chance of no cooldown when playing solo. TAC will not reset in elevators. Reclaimer support stations will now self-destruct when the set is unequipped. The auto snap on aim will have a little cooldown. Spawning issue in Last Stand fixed. Opera House NPC spawn fixed. Support station with the highest health per tick now takes priority. Phoenix cap credit increase to 8,000. No weird doors have been fixed.
That was impressive, man.
Thank you. And
so quick. We could have done the whole State of the Game in 3 minutes.
Almost done. We're almost done.
All right, so as you guys can see, if you haven't seen the State of the Game in a long time, I'm pretty sure this was a really big jump in terms of quality when it comes to their production. So again, as somebody who makes videos and knows about what goes into making these kinds of things, it's good to see that they've stepped it up in terms of quality, and it looks better. It's much better lit, and it overall feels more professional, which I can respect. And salutes to those guys for that. Now, getting on to the 1.8.2 patch, because this was so fast, and this was basically the recap of it. If you'd like to see the full version of it, you can go over to their Twitch channel and then check it out. I'll put a link in the description. You can see the full thing. It's not that long. It's probably like 30 minutes. But if you want to go and see that, you can definitely go and see that. So what are we getting? The 1.8.2 patch is coming out June the 14th. That will be very, very soon. That's next week. They will be at E3. So when the patch goes live, they will not be at the studio. So don't expect any kind of state of the game from the studio. We should see something at E3 about this new patch, and more than likely they'll be talking a lot more about the Division 2. So that is going to be, something that we can look forward to. Within this 1.8.2 update, there's going to be a new shields thing, which will carry over into the Division 2. More information on that will be released during the E3, event. I guess they're going to have a special event or news, something with Ubisoft. They didn't go into details on what exactly it was, but that will be talked about in that portion next week during their stream. So just look out for that when you try to find out what this shields thing is about. But it's kind of like commendation, similar to commendation. Is going to roll over, but we'll see exactly what it is. I don't want to misquote it, but we'll see. Now in the 1.8.2 update, we're going to get 2 new legendary missions: General Assembly and Madison Field Hospital. Both of those are going to get a rework for legendary, and they should have some new challenges, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I always like Madison Field Hospital. It was cool playing that in the beta, like way back in the day. So it's kind of cool that this late in the game it's going to get an update. But it'll be interesting to see what that rooftop is like. So I'm interested in that. I want to see what that's like. And General Assembly is just going to be crazy. I expect that to be like the final finale to be like nuts. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be pretty interesting. Now the next thing that they've decided to do is they're having this thing called the Reactivation Cache, and that's going to be around for the first 3 weeks after this update. So basically you'll have to get into this or log in sometime log in and pick up these caches sometime before the middle of July. I guess since it's 3 weeks, you won't even have that. So somewhere around the first week or so of July, you'll be able to pick up these caches, and in these caches you'll have 3 full non-classified gear sets that will get you up to World Tier 5. It'll also come with 500 Division Tech. It'll also come with free weapons that'll be of the higher gear score, so that you basically can get into World Tier 5. And it's really just a reason to bring your friends back into playing the Division, so that you can play the Division with maybe some friends of yours that bought the game a long time ago, and they've just kind of not been interested in, and they've been so far removed from the game that they decided, all right, I'll give it a try. Division 2 is coming back. The Shields thing is going to carry over. Why not try it out? Destiny 2 ain't doing so hot. So, a lot of people are looking at the Division, and I think they're making a push to get people who were interested in the Division to come back, especially with the Division 2 on the way. So if you don't have a leveled up character, you'll be able to go and pick up these reactivation caches, and then you'll be able to basically get into playing the game again. Now these will be non-classified gear sets, so if you are helping your friends out, tell them that classifieds are really going to be the way to go, and these are just kind of placeholders until they can get some classified stuff. And then if they're looking to upgrade their sets anymore, you can always point them in the direction of the channel and check out some good or garbage and get some recommendations and find out what it is that they may be missing, or what's going on with the vendors that particular week to help them upgrade their character or see if they get a better build. Now with all of that said, thinking about cosmetics, which are always, a key thing with the Division, there's going to be new encrypted caches. They're going to be the version 4s. Those are going to include some new sets. One is called the Silver Bunker, the Recon Patrol. the Centuries Call set, the Commando, and then the Path of the Nomad. Those sets are all going to be there. And they look all right. I mean, they don't look anything super crazy, but you know, they look all right. The encrypted caches, they're doing something where they're switching some stuff around. You will be able to use your keys to get cosmetic pieces from caches in version 1, 2, 3, and then you'll also be able to get them in 4. But then they will also be doing something where they'll be able to sell pieces that you may be looking for directly, where, you know, if you don't want to roll, you can actually just buy the piece that you want. But they will still have the caches just in case you want to roll it and you don't want to spend any money. That will also still be an option, so you still have that there. It's just gonna be a way that if you're looking for one particular piece and you just want to figure something out, you'll be able to buy it if you want to. And that's going to come in this 1.8.2 update as well. Now, getting on to the important stuff, when we talk about the game itself, there have been some balancing changes that are coming in 1.8.2. Nomad. A lot of people, I know that a lot of people have been complaining about Nomad and Predator. So first off, Nomad is the Path of the Nomad super or whatever. The proc is going to be 50% chance to proc the Path of the Nomad only when you're solo. So if you're in a group of people or if you're with some friends, that chance to, you know, keep getting a new life, especially if you're in a group, is not going to be there unless you're solo. Now, does the chance go down any when you're in a group? Is it down to 0? They didn't say. So we're going to have to be on the lookout for that next week to see what happens with that. Is this really only going to be a set that you'll use when you're solo? Yes or no? Still don't know. They didn't say, so I'm not going to guess about it, but they were really saying this is going to be the set for solo players. That's what they said. I'm thinking this is probably going to be just for solo. Now the next thing is classified Predator's Mark. Players immunity boxes will counter Predator's Mark bleed is what they said, even though what he said in that roundup sounded a little bit weird and a little bit strange. But they did also talk about with this change, Reclaimer might be making a bit of a comeback, since, you know, you can put your Reclaimer box down, and if you have immunity, then you'll also be giving heals to your teammates. You'll also be immune to the bleed. You'll still take damage from the bullets, but you won't take as much damage from the bleed anymore. And then if they decide to shoot the box, remember with Reclaimer, if the box is blown up by an enemy, you have a chance to be able to put it right back down instantly. So Reclaimer could come in handy if you have not made a Reclaimer set and you've been upset about Predator's Mark. You may want to check into this because coming next week there's going to be some big changes. Now, getting back onto the health box, there's been a bit of a bug for the longest time where if you had people who put down their health boxes, I should say, the person who maybe had the strongest heal was not the one who was giving you the heals. Now they fixed it so that the strongest box down is going to be the one that will override any other box that might be down, and you'll be able to get the strongest amount of heal possible as long as that box is down. Now, some people in the chat were complaining about Stryker. They were saying, what's going on with Stryker? You're making changes to Predator's Mark. You're making changes to Nomad. No changes to Stryker. Stryker is not getting any changes right now. They said they want to check and make sure that everything is balanced right, and they're not going to do anything to Stryker at the moment. I personally love Stryker, just like a whole bunch of other people, but you know, that's just me. I've always liked Stryker. I liked Stryker before they even had classifieds, so don't get upset at me because I like Stryker. I liked it a long time ago. But anyway, that's what that is. And another thing for the console people who've been complaining about Cronusmax, they've decided to put something, because I really didn't think they were going to be able to do anything about it, but apparently they are trying their best. It hasn't all just been talk and fingers in the booty. Apparently they are making it so that auto aim has the snap for auto aim, which I'm guessing Cronus had something to do with, is going to now have a cooldown. Now, that's not going to say that it'll totally make the Cronusmax unusable, but it's gonna, I guess make it a little bit easier or a little bit more difficult for them to constantly land headshots easily with auto aim and then all of the other things that go along with it. I don't have a Cronusmax, so I don't know that much about it. All I know is that it's supposed to help a lot on console, and yeah, people are really not happy with it, so they're trying to do something about it. Whether it's going to fix it, I don't know. Nobody knows, but we will see come next week. There are some other bug fixes, but they didn't really go, I mean, they went into detail about it, but it was nothing that really stood out for me. Again, if you want to see the full video, you can go to their Twitch channel and check it out. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. You can go do that. And the last thing of note is that the Phoenix credits cap is going up from 5,000 to 8,000. So you'll be able to store even more Phoenix credits and have tons of Phoenix credits for very little things to buy anything with. So you have 3,000 more of those stuck on your character. So that is going to be about it and do it. If there's anything else that you guys would like to know, leave a comment down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, that is going to do it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Until next time, I'm Con. I'll catch you guys next video. So see ya. Take it easy. I'm gone. Peace.